is new pressure to get students back in the classroom. The state's education commissioner says that some communities are safe enough for schools to reopen, but as WBZ's Giovanni reports, not everyone agrees.
On the first day of school got underway in Watertown under some scrutiny from the state. One of 16 districts questioned for taking the remote learning route to start the school year.
We just feel like we have a moral obligation to families and students to look under the hood and see how are these decisions being made and are they the appropriate ones.
Jeff Riley, the Department of Elementary and Secondary Education's commissioner, sent a letter to 16 districts, including Watertown, Amesbury, Belmont, and Boxford, saying he's concerned that their respective school committees have voted to keep most students learning remotely for the start of the school year, when their communities have been characterized as gray or green zones for weeks, meaning they have a low transmission rate. And the letter reads in part, in light of the stark discrepancy between local public health data and your reopening plan, I am requesting a timeline by which you anticipate providing in-person instruction for the majority of your students.
I think that's a question a lot of people will be asking.
Commissioner Riley has said all the way along that any districts that were starting off remote, he would be following up with to see where they were at in the process, what their decision-making process was, and how things were going. So when I got the letter, it wasn't as much of a surprise as I think it might have been for some other folks.
The state's now calling for each of those districts to share plans for a return to in-person learning within 10 days. The state's teachers union had this to say.
It's Commissioner Riley's typical bullying tactics to drive a reckless agenda of pushing education communities back into school buildings against their will.
Now, depending on each district's response, the letter indicates they could be subject to an audit by the state. Reporting in Watertown, Giovanni, WBZ News.